everyone. Welcome to Marilyn's Tarot Take. It is Saturday where I'm sitting this morning. I hope you had a great week. I am tickled pink that the week is behind me now and it is the weekend. And I'm really excited to bring forward the Manuscript of Initiations Tarot. It's not a new tarot. It's from 2023. It's by Dark Synevyr. But this deck is absolutely fascinating. It's inspired by the European and Middle Eastern manuscripts. It's the Book of Illuminations, the Book of the Kings, the Holy Bible, the Quran, Psalters, Botanical, Alchemal Tractures, Book of Creation, Bestiaries, astrological and magical manuscripts. It's just got a little bit of every history there is. It is really so fascinating. I went ahead prior to this and compared it to the Rider-Waite-Smith to see if each card had what I would think to be an equivalent or something that really resonates. RWS by Rider-Waite-Smith. And each card has that function. I mean, you can look at this card and see what it should be most all of the time. Should, woulda, coulda. But there's all different kinds of characterizations of other things all around the card. And I am not by any means going to suggest I understand what each of these things are. I'm just appreciating them for their beauty. And this will be added to my study deck pile because there's a lot to look into to study each one of the extra things that are on the cards. So let me read the back of the box. Again, this was 2023. The Manuscript of Initiations Tarot is inspired by European and Middle Eastern manuscripts, Book of Illuminations, Book of Kings, Holy Bible, Quran, Psalters, Botanical and Alchemal Tractates, Book of Creation, Bestiaries, Astrological and Magical Manuscripts. All of these sources that interfered or coherently influenced each other were taken as a basis. The image as representation of an archetype or an abstract system of thought travels through the time, cultures, and transforms itself, absorbing the local concepts. We wanted to explore all of these different connections and observe the layers of hidden meaning. Manuscript art was a sophisticated, labor-intensive, symbolic game for both reader and scribe. The last one often swiped existing symbols and appropriated them for new ones. So this kind of interaction continually developed through the ages and influenced the appearance of the tarot as we know it today. Thus, our goal was to reconstruct a relationship between these visual currents and open for the viewer a limitless perspective on divination and mysticism. So I just think that's absolutely fascinating. Like I say, this is going to be a study deck for me down the road because I kind of want to lean into all of it. Look at the backs. Are these fabulous? Look at that coloration. Is that not beautiful? Oh my. So lovely. Love the colors. But I'm really into the medieval decks now because of Libra Moon, and all of their decks are medieval flavor. And I'm so into that now. I appreciate it so much more. And this just is like a explosion of medieval characterization and figures. And so I'm just going to quickly go through the deck. I'm not going to have a lot of philosophy to offer here because, again, what the exact meaning of each one of these things, I don't know. But I do like the blemmies. Here's a blemmy looking the other way. That's the character with no head and the body in the trunk, or the face in the chest or the trunk of the body. Love it. But look at this card. Look at the beauty of the Fool. Instead of a little satchel carrying the water, and there's the dog. So that would be, this I suppose could be Two of Cups, but it's they've got it classified as a Fool, and I can see that he's on a journey of the water. We've got the bunnies up here. There's bunnies, the blemmy. I just think that I love the whole idea of this deck, bringing all of this history together. Here's the Magician. He's got the aura around his head, the magic. And here's the figure 8, the infinity symbol. That's a representation of the Magician. Love the owl. Then you've got manuscript around here. Yeah, I just love the beasts that they come up with. If you've listened to some of my other videos, you know that I'm all about a good hybrid. I love it when they mix and match, whether that be humans or animals. So here's the High Priestess. This interesting figure. It's like a stork with a snail back. The High Priestess is properly represented as far as RWS goes. All right, you've got the plants here. Love it. Such a fascinating deck. Here's the Empress. A little hedgehog item down here. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Emperor. He's a mighty emperor, isn't he? Got the elephant up here. This is a combo hybrid of an animal and a human head. Looks like another human head here. Don't you wonder what they were representing? I do. Perfect. Reading his book. He's in peril. It almost looks like this goat slash sheep has a bell on her head. Interesting. Oh, lovers. This is a beautiful card. We don't have the apples in the fire, or the fruit in the fire, but we do have the serpent that's represented in the standard RWS lovers. There's another hare. And we have a third figure. And the chariot. That one's easy to figure out that would be the chariot. Another hare down here. Dragon. A little bit of conflict here. Aren't these just fascinating? Kathy from Nothing So Strange put me onto this deck. She's got such interesting decks, and she's opened my eyes to a lot of different types of decks. I'm very appreciative. You can check out her channel. She's got some really cool stuff on there, very cool videos. So here's Justice. Now this is reversed order. This is the original order. The Rider-Waite-Smith flipped this and the Strength card around to adhere to the astrological signs. They wanted Strength to be connected to Leo and the Justice to be connected to Libra. And in the Golden Dawn, evidently this order just wasn't satisfactory as far as they were concerned. So they did flip that around. So this is seen in some of the older decks. The Marseille decks have them reversed, I do believe. Here we go with the Hermit. Beautiful card. There's those hares again hunting something. Oh, another hare. Well, now, they're either cannibals or in trouble or enemy, maybe. Interesting. We have a stag fighting with a dragon. Somebody throwing their hands up. This is a hybrid. Which I love these hybrids. They are so interesting. And there's the hermit sitting there all by himself with his animals and his book. Wheel of Fortune. That's an interesting card. Got the people on there hanging on for dear life, trying to make it back up to the top. This is an interesting character there. And we've got some arrows being slung here. You could just stare at you could really use this as an oracle as well. Just pick out some of the extra characters in there. Not treat it as a hero. There's a strength card. That has some traditional representation here. Her and the lion. But again, we got some really volatile hairs in this deck. They're looking for a fight. Love this. This lion has been in the Libra Moon decks. Wouldn't be able to tell you which one, but it's been in there. The face of that lion. The Hanged Man. Typical representation. We have a rooster. Another armed hare. They're around every corner. I didn't realize they were such a threat in the old days. Love it. Okay. Death. The Great Death card. That one, I think, too, is that type of a death card. The figure is in some Libra Moon decks. If you don't have a Libra Moon deck, you got to get one. Return of the Moon, or Serpent and the Peacock, Mood of the Moon. There's even Catfolk, Oracle of the Witches. I mean, you just... Yeah, and there's Paul's Lenormand, and just... they are gorgeous, high-quality medieval decks that are just fascinating. I digress. Here we have Temperance. There's 2 jugs of water. These are just so beautiful. Oh, the camera will. So beautiful. And here we have the devil. This is the devil with the added face and head coming from the belly. Ouroboros here, a couple bats, and another giant hare wreaking havoc and skewering this poor person here. Fascinating, just fascinating. Tower, beautiful card. Get it in frame. Beautiful. I love the coloring too. Cardstock is, I mean, I didn't go over it if it's standard or not, but it is. The cardstock is nice. It's not fully glossy, but it's nice. It's light. I mean, you could easily riffle shuff this, but it springs back, unlike some other new cardstock that's out there. We won't get into that. Alrighty then. Love it. Got the angels up here. I'm probably taking too long on each card, but I just love these. I'm fascinated. Okay, the star. There she is in the water. Here's the star here. We also have the moon and a snail. Got the fish. A few stars up here. Beautiful. Framed with a couple pillars. And here we have the moon. And instead of 2 dogs, we have 2 boats, 2 ships. We have a crab instead of a crayfish. Interesting. Aren't the colors pretty? The sun. Love this sun. Got the lion here. A book of some kind, a staff. And he's even crowned, so there may be a meaning to that, looking into it deeply. Okay, Judgment. This is an interesting Judgment card. very biblical. And then there's a parrot, or a falcon maybe, but it's kind of greenish, so I'm not sure what kind of bird that is. Falcon, peregrine, not sure, but here we go. Here's that pesky hare riding a human, blowing his horn. One down here, waving the white flag. I'm coming, I'm coming. Beautiful. Beautiful. The world. Lovely. I mean, truly, that's just an image of the world. I'm looking on it. Beautiful birds that they've chosen as well. Alrighty, and now we're into the wands. Wands, and that's very typical of the RWS. I'll try to speed it up a little bit. It's so hard for me to just speed through cards. I don't know what it is. I just want to look at them and look at them and look at them. Here's Two of Wands. This is just these bent over type of characters with their heads popped on top are just so interesting. Don't quite understand, but I'm all about it. Here's the Three. These end up being Pippish with other imagery in the middle. He's on a mission. He's decided where he's going to go, and he's on his way. And look at this down here, this hybrid dragon-esque with two heads, two human heads. Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, there's a Blemmy. I do get a tickle out of the Blemmies. I really do. This is the Four of Wands. There's a little lute player up here. The Blemmy's dancing to the music. This is hard to discern exactly what that is. Hybrid of something. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? They're having their little celebration in the by the bush here, and happy. Look at those colors. And we have the Five. Got a little conflict up here, conflict here. There's that character again. Six. And this is, celebratory. You've had good luck. You're being championed. And a 7. Not quite sure what's happening here. These characters at the bottom are so interesting. 8. There's the hares again. 9 of Wands. Not typical. It does have to do with water. And then the 9 of Wands. Well, labor, job well done, finishing the job. I don't know. Don't know. All right, back to the 10. The burden perhaps is reaping the crop. Ah. And here's the Page. The Knight. There's this mask with these flag-like shapes coming off of it. Aren't these just fascinating? King and the Queen. So interesting. Okay, now we're in the cups. Now this, I don't even know what to say about this one. This is just either a contortionist or, yeah. I chuckled when I first saw that. I'm going, well, alrighty then. We're used to the cups coming from somewhere else. A hand coming from somewhere else. But yeah, that's a cool card. All right, and here we have the 2. Lovely. There's the third person in it. 3. I just love the colors. 4. This one's she's kind of like pondering. To be on the horns of a dilemma in thought. Can't decide. Do I? Don't I? I don't know. And here we have the 5 of Cups. And the 6. A little nostalgia there. Out in the fields, singing, gathering flowers. 7 of Cups. A few items in there per cup. There's another blemmy. 8. Walking away. I've had enough. I'm out. 9 of Cups. Maybe they've had a big meal and now are having their after dinner drinks. Got everything they need. 10 of Cups. Family watching a puppet show. And we have a I don't know if that's a bowl. I guess it would be a bowl on a fish. Don't you love it? Don't you just love it? Here's the Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Each of the knights seems to have a little shield, easily identifiable. And here's the King and the Queen of Cups. Love it. That's fascinating. All right, here we are, the Ace of Swords. 2. This is interesting, balanced on the tips of 2 swords. That's a dilemma in and of itself. You better be balancing that pretty well, otherwise you'll skewer yourself on that one. 1 false move. Needs to be a solid decision as to how to dismount. Oh, my brain goes funny places, doesn't it? Okay, here's the 3 of Swords. We have it on a shield instead of a heart. And here is the 4. Little different. There's 2 people in the bed chamber. 5 of Swords. Got some conflict going on. These 2 people are holding their heads. I would think the fight would be over at that point, but hey, these are medieval times. They're still holding their own, even with their heads in their hands. Love it. Just love it. Okay. There's the 6 of Swords. I don't know if this is celebratory or not. Seems to be a little conflict here. The horse is either fighting or hugging and saying, let's get out of here. They got off. We can run away now. So I'm not quite sure. Not typical, but sure is interesting. 7 of Swords. That's my strategy card. 8. Don't you love it? 9. Not necessarily nightmarish, but 10. Now this is typical. 10 of Swords. Aren't those colors just gorgeous? I'm so appreciative of nice coloring. And here's the page. All right, stork legs down here, which go into, it looks like maybe horse legs, which leads into a human body. Fascinating. Here's a Blemmy all made up in his, oops, let me get this up here. I'm too busy looking at him. Blemmy with his sword and shield, fighting the hare. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting. Okay, Knight of Swords. And the Queen and the King. We're going to have the cat down here. But look at all these. It's just like a combination of a lion and a bird or a dragon carrying a human head, perhaps, or a human head's part of it. It's amazing. Okay, last but not least, coins. I know I'm kind of lingering on the cards, but you can speed it up, put it on 1.5 time speed, and that'll get you through it quicker. Love it, love it. 2 of coins. Nice balancing act here. 3. All working together. 4. Now, I don't know if the solid foundation of the 4 is kind of represented in him being on hands and feet on the ground. Is he on his hands and knees, or is he standing on his hands? I guess that's up for interpretation and however you want to use the meaning of the card. Something riding on an elephant-esque. He's had his trunk run over by something. Elephant with a little castle turret. Oh, these are just great. 5 of coins. This one, I don't know if you're on the outside looking in. You'd love to have whatever they have inside that they're selling or making, but you can't, perhaps. 6. Well, here we go with a... These just tickle me. Arm and a leg and a head. There you have it. So this is the 6 of coins. He appears to be taking coins out of here and putting them in there. I don't know if he's storing them away. He's getting them out or putting them in. 7. Looking over things, checking things out, and we have 8. Busy, busy, hard work. Building himself maybe he's building a she shed for the missus. It's a fish with, looks like legs. Each card's a little party in and of itself. 9. Looking with the bird. 10. Page. Looking at the coin. Here's the knight. Oh, another Blemmy. Not going there. Interesting. Like they're almost balanced on the coin. Queen and king. Love it. Love it. Okay, and the ever uplifting Hunger and Plague card. Yeah, these could be used in a variety of ways. You could use them as indicator cards. you could just throw them in there and see what happens. I'm going to read what they say about let's do, gosh, do we want to do the plague? Read about the plague? Oh, I don't know. That's just for fun. The uplifting plague card. Let's see what that's all about. I think they're at the back. Hang tight with me here, guys. The plague. I won't read the whole thing. Well, maybe I will. It's not that bad. Plague. The card serves as a reminder of the devastating impact of disease and vulnerability of human life. It represents a period of affliction, suffering, and hardship. This card urges the seeker to confront challenges and crisis, emphasizing the importance of addressing health concerns promptly and seeking guidance from spiritual sources. The presence of the priest suggests seeking solace in faith and spirituality. Let me pull that up there so you can see that while I'm reading this. Of seeking solace in faith and spirituality during difficult times. The image of the naked man pierced by the arrows symbolizes, where was I? The need for resilience and willingness to endure trials in the face of adversity. Overall, the plague card underscores the significance of taking proactive measures to overcome difficulties and find strength in both physical and spiritual healing. Well, there you go. There's a lot going on in that plague card. Let's look at the hunger card. I'm going to turn it over because it's kind of depressing. Hunger card symbolizes a period of scarcity, deprivation, and struggle. It represents a time when resources are scarce and basic needs. Hold on, gotta turn the page. May be hard to meet. The image of the individuals making meager bread from gathered grains illustrates the importance of making do with what little is available and the resilience to endure challenging times. The corpse being consumed by worms in the coffin serves as a stark reminder of mortality and the consequences of neglecting essential aspects of life. This image urges the seeker to address vital issues and not ignore the signs of potential decay or danger. At the bottom, the scene of people trying to sow seeds in the dry soil only to have the birds devour them indicates the difficulty in making progress and growth in adverse conditions. It emphasizes the need for careful planning, patience, and protection of one's endeavors from potential threats. Overall, the hunger card advises the seeker to be cautious with resources, to find innovative solutions, overcome scarcity, and to be mindful of potential risks of wastefulness. It also encourages the seeker to acknowledge mortality and the importance of making the most of life's opportunities while being prepared for difficult times. Well, I'm thinking that I got this deck and pulled this deck out for just this reason, because there are so many people in trouble right now, or they will be in the future with hunger. Their funds being cut away and cut off, and benefits being cut off, and the potential for the resurgence of diseases because of the vaccination decisions people are making. I'm not judging, I'm just stating. So these two cards are extremely prudent to use and throw in that deck right now, because so many people will be hurting potentially from decisions having been made, at least in the States. So I guess these are important cards, even though they're not uplifting in the slightest, but it does raise important problems that are out there, and maybe you can help. You know, I've gathered up some clothing to give to a charity to help people that can't clothe their children or themselves. Going to adopt a family for Christmas. You can adopt a family for Thanksgiving, and they don't need to know who does it. Just find an organization that can help, and just do anything you can to help. Doesn't have to always take money. Just clear out some things you no longer need to help others, because there's a lot of people in trouble right now. So yeah, maybe that's why I brought this deck today, because that's been on my mind quite a bit. So here you have it. This deck is gorgeous. It's truly beautiful. I am so glad I got it. So interesting, and so much history involved. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed going through the cards. So interesting. Let me know if you have this deck, and how you use it. Do you use it as an oracle? Do you kind of do a combo platter? Do you incorporate the other imagery into the traditional meaning of the card? How do you use it? And if you haven't seen it before, check it out. Research it a little bit. I just think this would be handy to have in any collection because it is just so different and so very beautiful. So again, the Manuscript of Initiations Tarot by Dark Synevyr. Love it, love it. Thank you, Kathy from Nothing So Strange, for putting me onto this deck. It's really super duper. All right, have a great rest of your day or night or morning, wherever you are. Find some peace and quiet. Find things to be happy and grateful for. Surround yourself with protection, light, and love. And try to enjoy every part of your world. Thank you so much for stopping by, and bye for now.